Modern pharmaceutical manufacturing is an environment of absolute control. Inside these sterile lines, complex chemistry and global supply chains intersect to produce life-saving medications. But that control can vanish in an instant. An unexpected incident in a high-hazard environment can rapidly escalate into catastrophic loss, halting production and threatening lives. The primary goal of emergency preparedness training is to build a defense against that chaos. A proper program secures personnel, protects highly sensitive pharmaceutical products, and ensures the facility can maintain its operations. Looking at the key objectives of this training, we see 5 pillars of defense. Safety awareness educates staff to recognize hazards. Rapid response and communication protocols ensure coordinated action. Finally, regulatory compliance meets safety standards, allowing business continuity during a crisis. A facility lacking these objectives is merely waiting to react to disaster, whereas a facility built upon them possesses a resilient architecture. The threats facing a production site are highly specific. Physical emergencies include chemical spills of active pharmaceutical ingredients, or APIs, and the constant risk of fire and explosion when handling volatile solvents. But the threat matrix extends beyond physical reactions. Critical infrastructure failures, like a sterile system HVAC shutdown, natural disasters, and even cybersecurity breaches threatening critical data loss can equally cripple a facility. To manage these unpredictable events, preparedness training translates raw threats into predictable, step-by-step emergency standard operating procedures, or SOPs. Once the procedures are written, the training becomes physical. Teams are drilled on the proper use of personal protective equipment, the memorization of evacuation routes, and basic life-saving first aid. To ensure these physical countermeasures actually work, facilities rely on simulated mock drills. These live exercises force teams to execute their training under pressure, exposing weak points before a real crisis hits. Even the most detailed SOP manual is useless on a shelf. The procedures require a synchronized human network, acting efficiently and automatically to neutralize a threat. That human network relies on a strict chain of accountability. At the center is the emergency coordinator, who oversees the entire response, while the safety officer proactively conducts risk assessments and manages the mock drills. Department heads guarantee their teams actually participate in the training. On the floor, frontline employees carry the responsibility of rigorously executing the SOPs and reporting incidents the second they occur. Meanwhile, security and maintenance step into a critical containment role, managing facility access control and executing the immediate shutdown of utilities and heavy equipment. For this network to function, every individual must operate using the shared language established during their preparedness training. When everyone knows their exact assignment, panic is mitigated. When this chain of accountability holds firm, a sudden crisis is contained as a managed procedure, preventing a systemic disaster. This meticulous internal architecture is strictly mandated by global health and safety laws, making these programs a legal requirement rather than a simple industry suggestion. This section details the governing frameworks. WHO TRS 961 establishes the baseline for facility safety, while EU GMP Annex 1 mandates contamination control. Moving across the tier, occupational health systems outlined by OSHA and ISO 45001 legally ensure workers executing emergency actions are protected. The ultimate goal of combining this internal training with global standards is to protect GMP integrity. This is the operational standard ensuring that even during a facility crisis, the medications produced remain uncontaminated and safe for patient use. Comprehensive preparedness training protects lives and builds the unbreakable resilience required to keep the global medical supply chain intact, regardless of any crisis. To learn more about maintaining GMP integrity and navigating pharmaceutical safety standards, subscribe to the channel.